When the going gets tough, the tough keep going. Yes, we know we went through a very hard and tough time between March 2022 up to around December, October 2021. Yeah, that was really a trying moment of COVID-19, full of lockdowns, and this alone pushed very many people out of business. It pushed very many people off. Wow. Is there any hope that you can do any business now and it survives? Is there any business you can do right now and it survives? It blossoms the way things were before lockdown, even when the superpowers keep on threatening us how life is extremely hard in Africa. I welcome you to Young and Flourishing. This is the Flourishing Hub, where we equip you with the right mindset so that you can thrive through this world, no matter what the trials are. But you have to make it in life. Edwin Austin Mukalazi is my name today, and today we are looking at the post-COVID business potentials in Africa. Post-COVID, because we are in the post-COVID era. We are pulling our socks up after COVID to see how we can thrive again. And with me this evening is Peter Baguma, who is from the Inspire Synergy. Yes. Peter, you're most welcome this evening.
Thank you very much, Edrin.
Yes, and later on we shall have Kevin Wede, who will be joining us. But for now we have Peter. And Peter, kindly greet our viewers as we go on.
All right. Thank you very much, Edrin.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting me. Good evening, viewers. It's a joy to be here on Family TV and to interact and engage with you on the topic of post-COVID business. I'm glad to be here and looking forward to our discussion, Edrin.
Yeah, you know, the name or the brand Inspire Synergy is so attractive, but then confusing at the same time. Someone out there must be asking what Inspire Synergy is. Even before we go into our topic today, kindly tell us a brief of what you work on in Inspire Synergy.
All right, thank you so much. I will start with the point that you mentioned about the purpose for this particular segment of the show, where you say you work on correcting mindsets. Yes. Now, we all need inspiration in life, and Inspire Synergy is a thought leadership conference. It's an annual motivational leadership conference that happens every year, and its purpose is to challenge Christians or professionals in the marketplace to uphold excellent work ethics. It is also to challenge them through innovation, and it's also to challenge them through inspirational leadership. And now that we are talking about mindsets, you know, there is so much that we can do if only we have an open mind. If we could only see the opportunities every single day. Every single day there are opportunities that are presented to us. So Inspire Synergy has been running for the last 17 years. This is going to be its 18th year. And well, it was started by a team of enlightened, dynamic Christian professionals, and this was after one of those conferences where we had a guest from Nairobi, and the patron of the Inspire Synergy is a gentleman called Bishop John Brown Masinde, who's based in Kenya. So he happened to talk to professionals, people that are out of university and that and have just joined the workforce, and he came just to interact with them, to inspire them, and just to see how they can use the talent, the gift, and the different giftings that they have, ranging from leadership, the business skills, and as Christians, how you can influence the marketplace to bring that transformational change that we think that is the best. So yes, that's how Inspire was born, and it was why it's called Inspire. it was to inspire people that are at that stage in life, have just finished university, have joined the workplace. And you know, when you've finished the university, it's a whole different world out there. And if you do not have that guidance, that mentoring, and just having the right people around you, you might not grow through your career as much as you would have wanted to, or the right way. Yes. So it was a team of people that young, just finished university, and from different churches, people that you'd call maybe the young workers. So from different churches we came together, and that's how the synergy was born. Why it's a synergy is that with one, two are better than one. Yeah, and we are all gifted differently. So we thought, let's combine, let's put our efforts together and see how we can bring transformation in the marketplace. Yes. Wow.
So I'm sure I'm talking to the right person, and we are glad that we are sharing in your space this evening, especially when you talk about the post-COVID business potentials in Africa, because this program is aimed at transforming the young people's mindset around Africa. No, we are not limited to only Uganda. Now that Inspire Synergy is also not limited to Uganda, it is an African thing. Yes. So it's a pleasure. But we first of all want to discuss the plight of COVID, and as Inspire Synergy, what do you register as the aftermath effects of COVID, especially in the business world of Africa?
All right. It's quite general knowledge out there that there was a slump in business for some. Largely, there was a slump in business because if you know, some of the effects is that businesses were shut, people couldn't go to work, and COVID itself affected the people who run these businesses, people who are in production, people who manage these businesses. So it's actually now that we are on our journey to recovery. Of course, there's still other challenges, but it's actually now that we are on our journey to recovery. But I can say globally, business was quite hit. It was hit hard. There are businesses that closed. Others came about. There was innovation for some. So it's I could say there was a good side to it, there was a bad side to it. They always say amid such difficulties or calamities, there is always opportunity. And they always push us to think and to look for the opportunity even amidst such predicaments. So many businesses were affected, that I should say, but we also can't mourn about that. We've got to pick ourselves up and move on, because there are demands in life that need to be attended to. Yes, so we just have to have that mindset, to keep soldiering on, and to keep seeing how to make the best of every day in life.
So Peter, you talked about not crying over spilled milk. Yes, COVID came, and now we have to live the new normal. You know, these days, each time the president speaks, he encourages us to stop crying, but to adapt to the new changes. Now, when he says there will be a time in the next 20 or plus years where diesel and petrol will no longer be in circulation, we should adapt to the electric motorcycles and electric cars, because that will be the way to go. So I'm looking at a young child, a young person, a young man who had this much zeal to do business, and maybe they had started, but they are now disillusioned. They have lost hope in business. Is there any hope that you can do business and it survives now?
Yes, thank you, Edrin. One thing we need to have in life is hope. Hope is very important in life. The moment you lose your hope, I think you've lost your will to live. It might be a fundamental statement, but hope is very important in life. And looking at the different scenarios, yes, just for that next young person who thought, who had come up with a business idea and maybe was on the verge of getting funding, and then something like this happens. Is there hope? Yes, I do believe there is hope, because you do know the factors of production. Some of them, there is land, there are people, and as long as we do have those resources, I think, like we said, you mentioned earlier, the mindset is very important. And you have mentioned that our president always mentions and addresses, in his addresses, he always hints on the mindset, on how to look at things differently. So I do believe there is hope and there are opportunities. I think all we need to do, one, is to work on our mindset, to be open-minded, and to also look for those opportunities. We're looking at Inspire Synergy. I mean, if you might not be able to go at it alone or start that business or pick up from where you left off, but you could merge with someone. You could merge with someone. You might have the idea, someone has the finances, or you might have the idea and you do not have space. They're just different ways of seeking opportunity and of seeking out like-minded people, just to help us cope in this, to help us move in business.
So when you talk about merging, are you encouraging us to do partnerships? I have the capital, you have the space, so we partner so that you have, and then we do business together? Yes,
absolutely. I think merging is, business mergers are just one of those strengths, one of those fundamental qualities for business survival. Because I might have the idea, you have the resources. If we combine, we can sit on a table and see how best to have this business idea that I have, that you have, that someone has, and how best to use, to bring what you have, to bring what I have, and then to see how to make this business a success. Yeah, of course, you know, success is not an overnight thing. There's got to be a lot of patience in it. There's got to be a lot of discipline, and just to keep making those small steps that are progressive.
Okay, so earlier you talked about working with the right people, and the question now is out there: how do I know that the person I'm working with or the people I'm working with are the right people? Because you cannot do partnerships, you cannot merge with the wrong people. When you merge with the wrong people, the ideas will all die. So how do I know that the people I'm working with are the right people?
Well, thank you for that. I think it's sometimes it's quite unfortunate that we have people that might be opportunistic.
Exactly.
It's still your idea, and before you know it, because he has the money, you wake up in the morning and your idea or your business has been registered, and the person has run ahead of you. But I think we are one of those blessed people to be living in a generation like now where there's so much information at our fingertips. And like you're saying, where do I look? How do I trust these people? I think one of those qualities that we need to look out for is information. I think there are many centers, there are many places where we can look for if we could just look and dwell on the success points. Yes, if we could just seek out and look and dwell on the success points of what has worked. I know there are people in this country that are quite generous with information, that are quite generous with sharing their success stories, that are also generous with pointing you in the right direction, just to help and guide you. So I think that there are those that we can consult, there are those that we can confide in, and there are those that we can go to. We also seeking referrals from those that have excelled. I think it's one of those ways of knowing who I can work with, who I can confide in, who I can go to for business guidance. So yeah, I think information is, for me, information would be one of those fundamental points or things.
I look at a young person who has the ideas. You know, youths, we are blessed that we have fresh minds, minds that think fast, minds that are innovative. There is come up with ideas and ideas and ideas. But you realize that sometimes these ideas are misinterpreted by the people who, should I say, who use us? Because you realize that the youths are overused by politicians, by a lot of opportunists, like you talked about. So how does a young person know that now the one I'm sharing my idea with is a right person or not? That is the question we are going to start with when we come back shortly after the commercial break.
All right.
Family TV, enriching lives.
Welcome back from that commercial break. This is Flourishing Hub. Flourishing Hub is a program that is brought to you by Young and Flourishing Foundation. And this program is centered around equipping you with the right mindset so that you can thrive through this world. Now that we are looking at the post-COVID potential, business potentials in Africa. Before Peter gives us the answer to the question that we had previously before the commercial break, let Kevin greet us. Kevin, you're most welcome onto the panel.
Thank you, Edwin.
Yeah, kindly greet our viewers and then continue.
All right. Good evening, viewers. My name is Kevin Were, an economist by training, but a businessman, I'm a consultant, oil and gas, and I'm also a turnaround expert. So in the event that you have a business that is struggling in terms of management, systems, profitability, and all those things, I am the right person you can use to help you in your business. That's what I do on a daily basis.
And that is why you are the right person on this panel. Of course, not saying that Peter is not. The two of you are the right people we have to discuss this particular topic. And before the break, Peter, I'll ask you about the young people who are being used. For example, we know the elections that are ongoing. Campaigns are like campaigns, the by-elections here in Uganda. And then we have elections in Kenya that are scheduled for tomorrow. And you know, elections are like elections. And you remember that young people are the most used in such. But they are used as ladders, as elevators. When the politician is elevated, they drop. But sometimes you realize that these ideas that have helped them are ideas that were born by these young people. So how can a young person differentiate that this person I'm dealing with is using me, or this person I'm dealing with is helping me water my dream so that it can germinate?
Yeah. Well, thank you for that question, Adrian. It's a very good question. So I think I don't know whether this is an advanced answer and a mature answer, but I think it all boils down to what am I looking for? For example, if I'm that young person and I do have my goal, at the end of it I have my vision, what am I looking for from this partnership, from participating or partnering with this individual? What am I looking for? I know most times you've heard of that familiar term, there's impanko obamfunira muwa.
Yes.
You see, now there's always something for something, and so sometimes we cannot. Sometimes we've got to look at a situation where we both win. I mean, like we said earlier in the show, looking for partnerships. I might have the idea, you might have the resources. So if we do sit and we look at the proposal that is presented, there has to be a situation where we both can win. But if I have come to you and what I'm looking for is help and support, you've also got one has got to be very careful that you are not just being used to further someone's goal or to something that will get you into danger. I think you've got to weigh your options. But like I said, it's the goal, it's your vision, and also just weigh your options, really. If you see there is nothing that you're going to gain out of it, or at the end of the day it's going to leave you very drained, then I think you need to re-evaluate or reweigh your options or reconsider.
Meaning, before I grumble, before I complain, before I cry that people have used me and dumped me, it all starts with me.
Yes.
What were my intentions joining the team? Wow. Kevin, we are looking at partnerships. We earlier discussed partnerships, and we are looking at how effective partnerships can work, especially in such a time when we are trying to restructure the businesses that had fallen.
First and foremost, the most important aspect or factor in partnership is trust. Before you partner with somebody, you've got to trust them. You cannot. It's like a partnership is like a marriage. Before you marry a lady, there's a period of dating, what they call dating or courtship, and then eventually you zero in on one person and say, now this is the person I'm going to walk down the aisle. So partnerships are like that. You don't just wake up one morning and because Peter looks good, or Peter is from the Western Uganda, so you're like, well, maybe I'll tap from the connections we have, and then you partner. You may end up hitting a dead end or a rock. So trust, and trust is built over time. So by the time you partner with somebody, you've got to know that you've moved with this person, a journey of understanding each other, business, relationships, understood the person's weaknesses and strengths, and then you can that should be able to guide you and say, and zero in on somebody and say, this is the person that I've chosen to partner with. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And now that you said you help people who have struggling businesses, so you're looking at the post-COVID business, because we understand that COVID hit the business world, and some people have actually not yet recovered. Some people's businesses are still sleeping up to now from the time of lockdown. So, and among the things we looked at was partnership, as you said, and then we are now looking at the new opportunities. Before even we look at how we can help the ones struggling, let us help someone who has a fresh mind post-COVID, who is thinking freshly to join the business world. How can they identify, how can they choose the business opportunities now?
Yes, true. The businesses were affected during COVID.
Yeah.
But I need you to understand that there are some businesses that thrived during COVID. And now, those that thrived during COVID are not thriving now. All right? So as a young person, like you said, you need to scan the environment that you're living in, understand the environment you're in, understand the demands, understand the needs of the people. Right now, for instance, if it's hot, if it's a hot weather, you cannot be selling jackets, these cardigans, because chances are people won't buy. You get it?
Yeah.
It's like going to Karamoja with cardigans and you're selling cardigans. Guys, they're almost walking naked, right? So you want to get the market there. In Karamoja, guys need food. That's what they need. Right now, I know the Prime Minister's office is doing something in that regard, and also Church of Uganda trying to solicit support from people to take food to northern Uganda. So you'll find that there are people who take their food privately and they sell the food because they need it. A guy sells his 2 cows and buys food because they are rich in livestock, So understand what the environment that you're in, what they need. There's a guy on one of the roads I use who sells, who was selling masks the time when COVID was considered zero in Uganda. So I told him, look, you need to go with the times. Because every day, people are not buying masks. There's a point where people are not buying masks. But there's a point where there's a time when people are wearing masks. You know, right now I came in without a mask. But I'm sure that there's a time when you don't allow somebody to come here without a mask.
Sure.
So I told him, look for hankies. Sell hankies. People need hankies. In fact, at one point I didn't have, and I needed one. I was sweating. So, as a young person, first of all, again, read a lot. Read a lot. Many times you spend so much time on social media, which is not bad because there are many opportunities in there. But skill up yourself. Yeah. Research from the people who made it, get mentors, and also understand the field that you want to get into. If you know your field is maybe say oil and gas, then look for people who are in that area. Seek mentorship. From there you'll get connections. Don't stay home and wait for things to get to you. No. Things won't get to you. Get up, go out there. And by the way, there are people who are out there who are very blessed or gifted with all this knowledge, and they're willing to share it, but nobody's approaching them. All right? So, I mean, there are people I offer mentorship to, free of charge, because by me sharing my knowledge with you, or skill and connection, whatever it is, in fact, I'm making myself better. People think that when you share, it will be taken away from you. No, it's actually the opposite. You'll get to learn more as you share. Yeah. So but there are people who are not willing. Who are not coming to us.
Yeah.
Peter is here. Is experienced in insurance and all. You'll find somebody who is into insurance, who wants to get into insurance, can get a lot of advice from Peter before he even joins the organization. But you see, if you ask him how many people have approached him for mentorship, there may not be even more than 5. Yeah. So, guys, I want to tell the youth out there that please look out for the people who are in your field and seek mentorship. I'm sure there are very good people, good Samaritans out there who are willing to share their life with you, who are willing to share their knowledge with you, and you'll be able to build from that. I'm personally here, not because of me, first of all, because of God. Secondly, because of the people I surround myself with, mentors. As a matter of fact, one of our founders in Inspire Synergy is called Paul Wafula. That is my mentor. That's my mentor in case I need some help. I go to him, not help financial, but life help, advice, spiritual help, and all that. And I have other mentors who are in the field I'm in, oil and gas, business growth and development. So I have mentors for each and every aspect of my life. So I go out to them. They don't look out for me. It's me who looks out for them. I can come to and say, Edwin, maybe I want to invest in a TV station. Or in future, I plan to invest in a TV station. So I'll approach you and say, I need you to take me through. Help me. Can we walk a journey with you? And I'm sure you'll be gracious enough to help me. And that is the same way I can say, Edwin is helpful to me. Why don't you come and be partner? Then you come and be partner. I can give you a stake in the farm. Many people are willing to do that, especially if you're helping them. It's create value. That's the whole point. Create value in your organization. Create value among your friends. Create value in your circles. I've ever been there and somebody says, guys, I think it's only Edwin who can fix this.
Yeah.
It's only Edwin who can do this. Be that person. Create value. And I can tell you, with that which you started for free, pro bono, can never be being paid for. They can say, hey, Edwin knows how to organize birthday parties, and you can get marketable like that. And you say, guys, now for me to organize your birthday party, I need 500,000 down payment. I need 300,000, I need 400,000. Birthday parties are happening every day. So create value in society, create value for yourself. Let people know that for me to get this from Edwin, I need to part with this. Create value. Yeah.
Wow. Peter, any submission on this topic or on this point?
Yes, maybe just to also add to what Kevin has shared. I think our generation, I think someone had described it as a popcorn generation. You know how you put the cones in the machine and they just pop up, and in other words, they want things quick.
Yeah.
They want them here and now. But like he said, invest in knowledge. He has mentioned the other thing about having mentors, which are very important. There are people that have gone before us or walked a certain journey before us, and those can be a very rich source for the information and for guidance that we need. He has mentioned his mentors, and I think it's very important to have people that you look up to, and the people are there, genuine people are there. If it's business that you want to get into, the different fields in life that you can get into. And then another thing that I do see is also is knowledge, seeking the right knowledge. Ours is a generation where you have too much information almost at your fingertips. And someone had predicted that now the smartphone penetration in Africa, it's just exploding. And so internet is one of those things that, if used the right way, I think could be used as a solution to one of those challenges that we are facing. Innovation. But also the other thing maybe that I would like to mention.
Maybe Peter, we pause it at this,
okay,
and we take a glass of water. When we come back, we are going to continue with this discussion.
With 200 million people aged between 15 and 24, Africa has the youngest population in the world. This can either be an opportunity or a ticking time bomb. At Young and Flourishing Hub, we seek to turn these numbers into an opportunity for Africa to become a global leader. Join us every Monday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. only on Church of Uganda Family TV, as we take you through the discussion of different topics that will enable you to become world-class leaders and mentors, grow your finances, and become world-class innovators. Young and Flourishing, transforming Africa.
And this is the Flourishing Hub. We are delighted to have delegates from the Inspire Synergy, Peter and Kevin, and their sharing were with us. So Peter, there was a point you had not completed. Let us complete that point very fast, and then we talk about the synergy, because a young person out there shouldn't miss this synergy, this Inspire Synergy.
Yes, you're very right. Yes. Indeed, it's quite an exciting conference that's going on, that started today. But the point that I was talking about is knowledge. I was looking at one of the sources where we can get knowledge, and as young people, what do we have in our hands? It reminds me of how God told Moses when he asked him, what do you have in your hands? Use what you have. So use what you have, use what is around you. So looking at the generation we are in, you have smartphones, access to internet. I mean, that is a very good starting point to do your research and develop and apply what you find based on your needs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So Kevin, we want to talk about the annual motivational leadership conference. And what is this conference? Because you earlier talked about where it came up from, how it has been, and you told us this is the 18th?
Yes, this is the 18th.
The 18th conference.
Yes.
But what is this conference this year? What is the theme of this year, and what should a young person out there expect out of this conference?
Sometimes we say thank God for COVID also. COVID has had its own because then we learned that we can actually communicate globally using the social media channels and the like, for instance Zoom. So Inspire Conference is that conference which Peter had mentioned. I don't want to belabor so much on it, but for the past 2 years we've been doing it online. Previously we were doing it was physical because there was no COVID at that time. Actually the past 3 conferences it was online. Now, this year we have a pack of, should I call it heavily material-loaded speakers internationally who are gifted in various fields. They are businessmen, they are men of God, pastors, writers, name them. So this year, I want to encourage people to really log in. Just go to Inspire Conference, Inspire Conf, or Inspire.
Conf as in C-O-N-F?
F, yes, 2022. That is on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. I would have shared the link earlier, but please log in. It starts every day from Monday to Saturday, 7 to 9:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So please, all I can say is I'm very excited myself to be part of this, because there are over 15 speakers who are going to speak, and these are gifted. Some are from Nigeria, others are from the UK, others are from Dubai, others are from Kenya, others are from here, Uganda, but just you don't want to miss. I can't tell you what will be. I can't tell you more than what I've said of what will be there, but all I can tell you is just get logged in there. You'll not regret. Many people have logged in. I came in here, before I came here, I was actually logged in, and you will see people from Zambia saying, last year I was so blessed, so this year I can't wait. So please log in. The young people log in. We'll be talking about mentorship here. You can find people who would mentor you if you connected with us. So if you find that you're blessed and you feel that a particular person can help you mentor, we can connect with us and we help connect you. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, Peter.
Yes.
Is this conference free of charge, or someone has to pay in something before they log in?
Like he said, one of those good things that have come out of this, of course, is that the conference, the only investment that you need to make is data, internet data. So that means that it's free of charge. So you can log in from wherever you are in the world, from the comfort of your home. The time, like he said, is 7 p.m. So the investment you only need to make is data, have a smart device, and you can log in, and you can attend the conference and get the knowledge. I think one of those priceless things that we are gifted with is knowledge, and the speakers that have been invited, these are people that speak internationally. These are business people. Some are consultants, have consulted for international organizations, and they're also Christians. So really the knowledge that they are sharing, I can say, has been tried, has been tested, and we are blessed that they are speaking into Uganda, into Africa, because it's beyond, really. Okay. Yes.
Kevin, what is this year's theme? You didn't talk about this year's theme.
Sorry, I skipped that. This year's theme is Africa Reset.
Africa Reset.
Yes.
Why Africa Reset?
Because you realize that, first of all, right now, that the West or the East, and I mean people from outside Africa, are being attracted by what is happening in Africa right now.
Yes.
There's a new thing that God is doing in Africa. Recently, you saw that Russia came to meet the president of Uganda.
Yes.
I don't think it's just in vain. I don't think they just came.
And after the U.S. envoy also followed.
So that means there is something that is in Africa that that many don't know. Unfortunately, many people are sleeping. But I can tell you that what God is doing in Africa in terms of investments, if you go to Congo, did you know that Congo is one of the richest countries in the world? And where is it located?
In Africa.
Exactly.
And it is now a member of the East African community.
Yeah, exactly. So you were asking about how to identify as a young person what to do.
Yeah.
If you go to Congo, there are immense opportunities, and unfortunately, it's full of non-Africans. So why don't Africans come together? I mean, how is the East African community helping us? So at Inspire Conference, your mind will be reset. Many of us suffer from, not because of knowledge, we're educated, we're exposed, but it's just
The mindset.
the mindset. So please log into Inspire Conference. I'm sure, I can guarantee you that your mind, you'll have a paradigm shift. Your mind will shift to a different, new dimension, a different level. You'll stop thinking, basic, and that's where you can only find that Inspire Conference. Because in fact, I can't look forward, I can't wait to go back and log in, because I know I'm missing a lot. So guys, I want to encourage you, especially the young people, because the vision for Inspire is to raise a generation to raise a generation of effective leaders in the marketplace. Effective leaders in the marketplace. Doesn't matter if you're in business, doesn't matter if you're employed, doesn't matter if you're in church, doesn't matter if you're in a mosque, while you're in a mosque, while you're in a church, while you're whatever you're doing, are you effective? Are you effective? I keep asking friends and colleagues that in what you're doing, do you think you're giving it your 100%? Are you giving it 100%? You might be there, Edwin, but what you're doing is just 40%. What if you stretched your mind? What if you stretched yourself to give 100? Do you know how much you will deliver? I mean, look at the example of Jacob Kiplimo, who won a gold medal. If you watch that race, then you'll understand what keeping up the pace means, stretching yourself. Because the three Kenyans were ahead of him. But he kept stretching himself and said, no, my focus is on the gold. I have to get it, I have to achieve it. And he got it because he stretched himself. So we need a change of mindset. We need to stretch our minds beyond what we know, beyond what we think. Yeah. And that's how innovation comes in place. Yeah.
Wow. Peter, you're going to remind us the platforms where we can find a link now that we cannot have a link displayed. You're going to remind us the platforms where we can find this link, and then you give us reasons, just in case someone has not been convinced by what Kevin has just said. Why should they be part of this conference? Because it is actually when we are back home off working hours. So it is 7 to 9. 7 to 9.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you, Adrian, for that. So it's the conference started today, yes, and it's running from Monday to Saturday, 7 to 9. We are streaming live on our different platforms. That is Zoom, that is YouTube, even on Telegram. We need to capitalize on these different platforms such that we can have as many people, accommodate as many people as we can to join in. And like he said, just looking at the host of speakers that have accepted our invitation and are coming to speak on different topics, and the information, the knowledge that they are sharing, it cuts across anyone that's from between the ages of 18 and above, because we're looking at leaders, business people in the marketplace. Someone will say that I am not employed, but what you're doing, are you in a market? Are you a vegetable seller? What trade are you in? Are you into produce? Are you into selling of shoes? There is knowledge that is going to benefit you, that you can apply. And I mean, most of the people that we've invited are from our African continent. And we do have one or two people that are from beyond Africa. We have a speaker who's from India, Dr. Anand Pillai. And yeah, so there is so much that you can tune in to learn from. And it's free of charge. That's the best part of it all. Yeah. It is free of charge. And even when if you miss today's, you still can catch up with it on our YouTube channel. Okay. So yeah, the information is there. Ours is to make ourselves available and invest in ourselves, okay, by providing data. And I also think one of the best things to have our mindset aligned. I think we need to learn to invest in ourselves. Yes. We need to learn to invest in ourselves, not only financially, but with knowledge. with knowledge. And there are things, that do not cost money. Just invest in yourselves. Look for ways of constantly bettering yourself. Kevin talked about stretching yourself. So the mind is quite elastic, and there's so much that we can take in, that we can learn, and that we can apply.
Okay. Kevin, are there numbers that people can dial on, and then you share with them the links?
Sure.
Please do, and then you give us your parting shots as we wind up this program today.
0789 724472.
Again?
0789 724472.
7244
72.
72.
Yes.
Okay.
Another one?
If there is any other.
0704 724472.
So it's just the code that changes. 0789 0704 724472. What are your parting shots as we wind up today?
My parting shots, first of all, attend the conference. I am to encourage everyone, especially, I know there are many people out there who are unemployed. Sadly, the economy is very tough. But as you know, this saying that when they go and get stuff, the tough get going. Yeah. And even the unemployed, are you employable? Ask yourself, are you employable? There's being unemployed. Are you employable? If you met a potential employer, can he say, this is a person I want to work with? So, guys, I want you to, especially the young people, because I've been there before, I know what it means. Inspire Conference is the place to be, and don't just attend this year's conference. Keep following what's happening. You get connections. I have so many connections to Inspire. So please don't miss out on this conference. Attend it every day, Monday to Saturday, starting from today, from 7 to 9 p.m. Log into the different YouTube channel, social media channels, and you'll be there.
You've not given us the names of these platforms, the social media platforms.
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook,
and even our website.
Which names are you using?
Yes. Inspire. You can Inspire Conf 2022, but also you can say Inspire Synergy. One of them has Inspire Synergy, which will take you directly to the link that will connect you directly.
Okay, Peter, your parting shots as we wind up.
All right. Well, Edrin, thank you for hosting us. From Inspire Synergy. My parting shot is there is opportunity. Every day that we wake up, there is opportunity for us to better ourselves, for us to look for the next best thing. But also, while you're looking for that next best thing, look at how you can better yourself. Yeah, look for how you can better yourself. I think you are your first investment, if I might put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just in case someone wanted to inquire anything from you, please, if you're free, kindly share your contact with them.
Okay. My contact is 0752 201 491.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for accepting to share with us your knowledge. And we are privileged. Thank you so much for watching Flourishing Hub today. This program is brought to you by Young and Flourishing Foundation. It is aimed at equipping you with the right mindset. That is why the Inspire Conference 2022 is here for you. Please feel free to share. All you need to do is to buy letter. Adrian Austin Mukalas is my name. I wish you a good night. God bless you.
With 200 million people aged between 15 and 24, Africa has the youngest population in the world. This can either be an opportunity or a ticking time bomb. At Young and Flourishing Hub, we seek to turn these numbers into an opportunity for Africa to become a global leader. Join us every Monday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. only on Church of Uganda Family